When the topic of Palestine and Israel's action hit the mainstream, some supposedly civilized folks conclude that Israel isn't targeting Islam, but the reality is quite the opposite. It has always been undermining people's religious devotion and making them more submissive. That's the Zionist policy. Those stirring up trouble in the Palestinian region see Islam as a primary obstacle to their plans for them. Islam provides a spark of hope that keeps the desire for freedom alive, because Islam means freedom. Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome to another episode of the Open-Minded Thinker Show, focusing specifically on Palestine and Islam. Please give us a like, share with your family and friends, and hit that subscription button and also the bell icon if you can, so you don't miss anything. After attempting to erode the morale and hope of the Palestinian people, Israel seemed to have turned its attention to targeting, mosques in the densely populated Gaza Strip. Some of these mosques, as we know, serve as shelter for refugees whose hope have been shattered by airstrikes or caught up in Israeli offensives. This video from one of the Western mainstream media platform, I don't want to call it, but anyway, the so-called BBC, done for sometimes downplaying issues in the Gaza Strip will surely shock you. This might be a mosque where Israel thinks Hamas gathers for prayers, right? Yet, as you can see from the video, there are no militants there or people brandishing AK-47s. This is just a regular civilian mosque situated within residential areas where local Muslims come to pray. Whether or not Hamas uses it for prayer is not the main concern here. What is the matter here is that this is a sacred place that should be spared. You can't destroy people's home and go after the worship place, mate. That could amount actually to war crimes, frankly. The Torah itself condemns the destruction of places of worship, while it may not be explicitly stated. The wording in Talmud Shabbat 31a, where it says, "What is hateful to you, do not do to another." This is the whole Torah, seems to imply that if Israel opposes the destruction of other places of worship, this principle should apply to the Palestinian people too. Now, let's take a look at this video from Ukraine. A cathedral in Odessa was hit by what they claimed at the time was a Russian missile, right?
I am now in the heart of Odessa. It's cathedral, 𝗖cie𝗽𝗽𝗆𝗵𝘁 Cathedral, the biggest Orthodox cathedral of Odessa city. And you can see what remained from it. This night, Russia made a new missile attack against our city. And this time, one of the missiles hit directly Orthodox cathedral, in the night on Sunday, when this morning here should be a mass.
Politicians were quick to promise its reconstruction, and even the Italian government allocated a substantial sum for its restoration. But why aren't we seeing the same concern for the destruction of people's spiritual heritage in Gaza, mate? I would like to wrap up by quoting this verse from the Quran, specifically from Surah Al-Hajj, verses 40 Had it not been for God restraining some men by means of others, monasteries, churches, synagogues, and mosques wherein the name of God is mentioned would assuredly have been destroyed. This verse underscores Islam's commitment to protecting religious diversity and the places of worship during times of expansion. It highlights the Quran's call for tolerance, respect, and peaceful coexistence among different faiths, reflecting the historical approach of Muslim leaders in preserving religious artifacts and the places of worship of diverse communities. Please like and share this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe so we can see you next time. Assalamu alaikum.